can you get strong with only kettlebells, by only using kettlebells? This is a question I see online a lot. I assume people are asking it because they want to know what is one tool they can use to kind of do a little bit of everything. And it's pretty well known that kettlebells are great for conditioning and great for high intensity things like that. But people want to know, if I only use kettlebells, can I get strong? Or some people even say, can I build muscle like a bodybuilder with just using kettlebells? Well, the short answer is yes, you can get strong just using kettlebells, but probably not as strong as you would if you focus primarily on barbells. Now, here's the reason. Kettlebells are basically like the Swiss Army knife of fitness. They do a little bit of everything. If you swing kettlebells, you press them, you do front rack position squats, you do snatches, you get a little bit of explosive training, you get a little bit of cardio, well, pretty good cardio, and you get stronger, and you can even develop flexibility, because a lot of times they encourage, going all the way down into a squat position, or if you do things like prying goblet squats or halos or things like that, they lend themselves well to increasing flexibility. So you get a little bit in each of those domains of fitness, but do you get as strong with kettlebells as you would with a barbell? Well, no. And here's the reasons. First of all, the main driver of strength is progressive overload, right? You put more weight on the bar or in your hands or whatever, more weight to stress your system over and over and over, and you keep moving up in that fashion, because what you're doing to build muscle and to get stronger is stressing your system and recovering from it. And kettlebells are quite hard to load incrementally unless you have a huge collection of them, which is quite cost prohibitive. So most people will have a 35-pound kettlebell, and then maybe a 44, and then a 53, because they're in kilos most of the time. So even those three, and then a 32 kilo, which is 70, even those four bells, you're going from 35 to 70-ish pounds, and it's going to run you several $100s, and you're only getting 4 options. So when you're making the jumps between the two, it can be quite hard to do it. It can be quite hard to load it to the exact perfect amount that you need. So barbells are superior in that regard, because you can easily load a barbell in 5-pound increments with 2.5-pound plates per side, or even smaller increments if you get fractional change plates or whatever they're called. So the barbell wins there. The second reason that barbells will get you stronger than kettlebells is, if you're talking about deadlifts and squats and things like that, there comes a point, and I would say overhead press and you're not going to do really bench with a kettlebell. You can do floor presses, and maybe you could do bench press with it, I guess, kettlebell bench. But there comes a point where if you get strong enough with a kettlebell, you can't really stress your system anymore. The biggest kettlebell I've ever seen is 200 and something pounds. I know they make them up to 300, but I mean, it doesn't take long to get to a 400-pound deadlift. So you can't really push yourself in terms of static max strength anymore when you have a huge 200-pound kettlebell. Is massive, but for a deadlift it's nothing, right? And it's really expensive to buy bells that big too. Shipping is insane. So barbells win there again, because you can load them much heavier and much easier. And when you're talking about heavy kettlebells, think about going from 200 to 250. Well, each bell is going to be, at least the dollars. Its price in dollars is going to be at least what it weighs in pounds. So you're at least looking at, $500 and something for 2 weight selections, which with barbells, you just add a little bit of weight to the bar. So that's another reason. Now, am I against kettlebells? No, I'm a huge fan of kettlebells. This is coming from someone who, I'm an enthusiast in kettlebells, and actually I'd say I'm probably more into them than the average person who mostly uses barbells. But the thing is, kettlebells, like I said, do a little bit of everything, and they do a little bit of everything decently well. If you only use kettlebells, you will get stronger, you will get more explosive, your cardio will increase, you'll get a lot of shoulder strength and shoulder stability, and stability in areas you didn't even really know you had if you do a lot of farmers walks and waiters walks, overhead carries, Turkish get-ups, things like that. You build a lot of strength, usable real-world strength in areas you might not even think about, and so that's a plus. But in terms of building a huge squat, a huge deadlift, getting really strong, that you could use a more effective tool, which is a barbell. So that's my take on it. I still think they're great tools. I think they're great for accessory lifts after main lifts using a barbell, which would be squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press. And I think they are great for people that don't have a lot of time, don't want to buy a gym membership, don't want to have a huge home gym that they're paying tons of money for, because you only need a couple of them in terms of getting a good workout in. They're not going to be perfectly scalable, like I said, like a barbell to the exact weight specification that you need, but you can do swings and snatches and presses and pulls and all those things and get an awesome workout in, a huge bang for your buck. You might only need 2 kettlebells, get a 35 pounder and a 50 pounder. That might be enough for you, and you can get a lot done in a small space, and you don't have to get a gym membership, and you're kind of working a lot of different fitness domains at once. So if that sounds appealing to you, then definitely try them. But that being said, I see a lot of people asking, oh, will kettlebells get me strong? Will kettlebells get me strong? And a lot of times people will retort, oh yeah, look at Andy Bolton, look at Konstantinovs. They have massive deadlifts and say that the kettlebell helped them. Donnie Thompson's the other one, right? But they were super strong before they even touched a kettlebell. So it's kind of a not a good argument saying that kettlebells made them strong. They already were strong, extremely strong, and that was an accessory that helped them get to the next level. So I view them as that. They're great accessories, and if someone is really not that interested in being a powerlifter, being that strong, even if you're not a powerlifter, you just want to be a big, strong person, I'd say kettlebells are better as an accessory. But like I said, they're good. Check them out. If you don't have one, you can get 1 or 2, and you can get a lot done with 1 or 2 kettlebells. All right. Well, it's my opinion. If you don't agree, that's fine. It's just my opinion.